What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. So good to see you. How is your Tuesday going? Now, best way to start it here, Optical Clarity Detailing said, my birthday today. Man, let's get some winners. Absolutely. And go see everybody over at Optical Clarity Detailing. Let me clarify and say that properly. Go see my dogs right there. Let's go, and happy birthday indeed. All right, let's jump into it here. All right, so just me today, but I've got picks from Big Tony and Moshe for you. Scott said, hi, AB. Hi, Scott. Good to see you, buddy. All right, Big Stern is on Pirates first inning money line, minus 145. It's also on the Yankees, minus 1.5, and the Brewers, minus 1.5. Big Tony is on the Orioles, White Sox, no runs first inning, minus 130. Cubs, Pirates, first five, under 3.5, minus 125, as well as the Blue Jays money line, minus 110. So those are your baseball plays for today. We'll get after it. Good to see everybody. Tina said, good afternoon, AB and crew. Good afternoon, Tina. So good to see you. Pat said, good afternoon, my glorious people. Drop by to hit the like button and bounce. Meeting to attend to. I'm a picture in the Discord. All right, perfect. Thanks for dropping those picks in. And good to see you, big dog. Hope your meeting goes well. Lil Al said, good afternoon, crew. Good afternoon, big dog. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Scott, love the hat, AB. Yeah, look. Hold on. Let me see if I can get in. Oh, Smokey. Oh, yeah, I love it too. All right. So good to see you guys. All right. Those are baseball. Now, we're going to jump into college football here. We've had a ton of NFL, and man, that Thursday to Tuesday stretch is a grind, isn't it? Now that college football and the NFL are here. So we're going to go through college football for week 4. Crazy to think we're already in week 4 of the college football season. So let's jump into it. And break down everything that we have. All right, so let me give the picks first, and then we're going to go through some games here. All right, so here's where I'm going to start. Oh, also, real quick, if you guys could hit the like button, it'd be massive. All right, if you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. I won't ask you for anything else. So if you do that, that'd be massive. Thank you. All right, Tennessee, team total over 54.5. Yeah, I know. It's a big number. Tennessee's going up against UAB. The Vols at home. I'm going to take a shot here. I think after that Georgia game, and specifically after blanking offensively there for a big stretch in the third quarter there, I think Tennessee's going to get after it offensively. And I think that Josh Heupel, I've seen Josh Heupel before. He doesn't stop. He just keeps going. Yeah, I mean, the meat of the schedule is about to be here. I got, respect for UAB. Now, a fun fact. Does anybody know the coach of UAB football? I'm going to drop that in the chat. Let me know if you know the answer. Drop it in. Do you know the coach of UAB who Tennessee is playing against? So we're going to take Tennessee team total over 54.5. If you play the over in this game instead, I get it. Like the over is like 69.5. It's a huge number. But I mean, UAB is going to score a little bit, but not a whole lot. Yeah, we're going to take Tennessee team total over 54.5. And correct. Tizzle, Trent Dilfer is the head coach of UAB. You are correct, my friend. I like Trent Dilfer. Smart guy. Yep. Well, still Dilfer. Yeah. All right. We're going to take Louisiana minus 2.5 on the road against Maddie. I said Trent Filter is a dope name, though. It really is. Like, that dude is producing hits. Like, this dude is producing gold records after gold record, dude. Trent Filter. Give me Louisiana against Eastern Michigan here. Louisiana, not who they've been, but they're still not a bad football team. I don't know a ton about Eastern Michigan. I'm not going to pretend that I do either. I wouldn't do that to you. But I do see enough here in Louisiana that -2.5. Yeah, it's on the road, but I'm glad that this game is in September and not December up there in Michigan, right? I'm going to roll with Louisiana here. I'm just going to play a small spread, play a number here. I think Louisiana, even on the road, is a better team. And if you give me under 3 points, I'm going to take that. All right, TCU money line and Oklahoma money line. Now, I had trouble with both of these games. So TCU at home against SMU, and then Oklahoma's playing Auburn. First on TCU, look, I think TCU and SMU are pretty similar in terms of where they're going to end up this year. I think that TCU is a little bit better, and I think that they might be a little more veteran coached, so to say. Like, I don't mean anything negative on SMU, and I don't want it to come off that way. I just think that TCU is a little bit better. Now, Oklahoma and Auburn. So you got a fascinating game here. Auburn's coming up, man. Like, Hugh Freeze can coach ball. And they finally gave him some money to work with at Auburn, and he's doing what he does. But this is a revenge game, man, for Jackson Arnold. Yeah, Tizzle right there. There you go. So I don't have player props, but if you do, I 100% agree with this. For those that could take it, Jackson Arnold over 38.5 rushing yards, revenge game playing Oklahoma. Correct. So Jackson Arnold, the quarterback at Auburn, was the quarterback of Oklahoma last year. You remember that Tennessee-Oklahoma game, right? Tennessee actually ended up injuring the guy, but he's a good quarterback, and he can move. But I'm going to roll with Oklahoma here. They're on a tear, and this is I don't know. Matty, I said, never trust a man with two first names. Yeah, so I'm going to take TCU, and I'm going to take Oklahoma. Okay, now, the next one, Michigan. And I'll tell you what, I'll save the breakdown for when we get there. That being said, give me in the parlay portion here, the picks. So TCU money line, Oklahoma money line plus 100. Michigan money line, Missouri money line plus 115. Miami money line, Indiana money line plus 100. Ole Miss money line, UNLV money line at plus 115. Okay. Tizzle said, huge fan of Josh Hoover, TCU QB. I am too. And look, it's going to be a hell of a game. And understand, all these teams that we're taking down here on money lines, there's a reason why we're taking them on money lines. You know what I mean? Like, this is a tough week. We're going to walk through it. This is a tough week. All right, so these are the plays. We'll get back to those in just a second, but let's talk about some games, man. Let's walk through them. So, we're just going to start and do it by time. Saturday, early slate of games. So you get a good one here, man. Texas Tech, 17th in the country on the road at number 16, Utah. Utah, 3.5-point favorite, total of 58.5. Let me say, if this were Utah 2.5, I think I'd roll Utah, right? I think I would. But 3.5, I know I'm talking about 1 point, but this game could get hairy because Texas Tech is young enough. Like, they remind me of the Oklahoma City Thunder in the sense of this. You know, we talked about, like, they're too young to be nervous on the road, right? Like, that's kind of how I view Texas Tech. Like, they're just wild boys out here having fun, and that's dangerous. Texas Tech could come in and, I mean, either team could obviously win this game. I mean, that goes without being said, right? But I do think that Utah at home in an early game is worth the money line play. But I would be careful with that 3.5. Now, if we have any Utah or Texas Tech experts, drop in your thoughts because we could use them. Like, I mean, you know, we watch ball, but I'm not in either of these states. So if you are, somebody who's got some info, deep on either of these teams or any of these teams, drop it in, whether it's live or if you're watching afterward, drop it in the comments or drop it in the Discord, right? Because trust me, it takes all of us together doing it. All right. So yeah, like if I were looking at that again, I think I'd play Utah if it were 2.5 or Utah money line in a parlay, but I don't know if that going over 3. I'll be careful of that one. All right. UAB and Tennessee. So we talked about this one. We got Tennessee team total over 54.5. I know it seems crazy, but look, you've got Tennessee a minus 39.5. They're a 39.5 point favorite and a total of 69.5. So the books are telling you that UAB is going to score points. All right. Now, if you do the math, what is that? 30 points? I don't know if they're going to score 30 points, but they're going to score. Let me say, and for anybody new, I have seen every Tennessee football game since, I don't know, 1993. Like, not kidding. You know what I mean? Josh Heupel's going to score a lot of points in this game. Coming out of that Georgia game, like, they're going to score a lot of points. The question is how many does UAB score, right? Like, that's the only reason why I didn't play the spread, because there could be garbage points. So I'm going to go with team total. There's a risk. Obviously, it's a big number. But again, the books are telling you, I mean, minus 39.5, but a total of 69.5. UAB is going to put up some points too, man. They're going to put up some points too. Cyclone said 9.99 super chat. My bad on the Hawkeye play, AB. They had their Wheaties that day. But hey, on to the next one. Bro, first off, thank you. Second off, you don't have to do that at all. Hey, look, let me say, I probably owe you some super chats. You know what I mean? It's a good look. And I'll say this too. Sometimes good bets don't hit. And I completely agreed with you on it. And like, are we doing it again? You know what I mean? Like, and answer it as if, because it's the truth, there's no like consequence. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking like, oh my God, Cyclone. Like, no. You keep firing that out. It's a good play. I say we go back to it. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm in too, bro. I'll go right back to it. All right. I'm down. Let's go. My boy. All right. All right. Yeah. Tennessee's going to score a bunch of points. How many is UAB going to score? All right. And again, I just pulled, the top 25 games. So we'll talk about more. But Oregon State, Oregon, the Civil War. All right. So, I was talking about the UAB Tennessee game above, and 39.5 point spread, 69.5 point total. The books, you could kind of do just some general math and kind of get an understanding of where the books see these games. So using that same principle, look at Oregon State, Oregon. All right. 34.5 point spread, a total of 55.5. So what are the books saying to you compared to the UAB Tennessee game? All right. That Oregon's going to score. But Oregon State, 20 points. That's about where they're putting it at, right? UAB shading more towards 30. Now, do either team get there? I don't know. But the books just kind of give you that vague just look. You know what I mean? Like, so Oregon team total, I think every week is a look. Again, it depends on what the number is. But it really, let me say this, and West Coast folks, help me out, because you guys see Oregon more than I do. But, I mean, it feels like for most games, it's going to be betting on Oregon's motivation, right? Like we saw Oregon's motivation against Oklahoma State. Gundy ran his mouth, and Dan Lanning filled it with concrete. right? He could have scored 90 if he wanted to. Now, the week after that, the weekend we just saw, obviously Oregon handled their business, but they didn't go, double banana clip, street sweeper, let it rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the big thing with Oregon every week is just it's going to be motivation. And let me tell you, there's motivation here. All right? It's a rivalry game. I don't care what conference is. Like, none of that like, Oregon State, Oregon, it's the Civil War. This game will always matter, no matter if one team's good, one team's bad. It'll always matter, right? Now, I'm not saying that Oregon, Dan Lanning's going to go do that. He was sending a message to Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, right? Oregon State's not dumb enough to start popping off at the mouth. They're not going to put any billboard material up there because Oregon can name their price, right? But excuse me. It'll be a big recruiting weekend. Oregon to put up some points here. I don't know if I'm playing a 34.5 point spread, but I'm also might be playing it. Tizzle, if we're talking motivation, this is the top of the list. These schools hate each other. Absolutely do. Absolutely. Like, I don't care what conferences, like any of the others, none of it, like, I don't care. You're right. And this is a game where Dan Lanning in Oregon, I'm not saying go 70, but some days you have celebration games. And there's been times where Oregon State was up and Oregon was down. You do what you got to do. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not playing 34.5 on a spread, but an Oregon team total, I don't know what the number is. That said, I don't hate it. All right. Bruce, Stern, where you at? Hang tight, buddy. Tell you what, let me get you some picks real quick. Stern is on Pirates first inning money line, -145, Yankees -1.5, and the Brewers -1.5. This is filmed on Tuesday, by the way. We're live on Tuesday. Orioles, White Sox, no runs first inning, in case anybody's watching this later in the week. Cubs, Pirates, first 5, under 3.5. Blue Jays, money line. Those 3 from Tony. Okay. All right, back to it. By the way, the Ghost Cherry Limeade, solid. It tastes like Sonic Cherry Limeade. All right. Kent State, Florida State. Kent State is a terrible team. And I mean that respectfully. But Florida State is a lot like Oregon. Trust me. That's one coach in Mike Norvell who doesn't give a damn about anyone's feelings, nor should he. They're gonna name their score for a lot of these weeks as well, because they've got just really strange matchups. Okay. Now look at this. Same principle. Florida State, 44.5 point favorite, total of 55.5. So do the math. 10 points is what the books are telling you they think Kent State's going to score. 10. Florida State will have the ball all game. I know that these are massive numbers, but Florida State is going to put up an ungodly amount of points. We'll stop there because there's not much of a breakdown to have, but they're going to score as many as they want. You just got to find the motivation. All right. Big one here. 22 ranked Auburn, 3-0 on the road against number 11 Oklahoma, also 3-0. This is going to be a heck of a game. Oklahoma, 6.5 point favorite, total of 48.5. Okay. So, number one, we're on Oklahoma on a 2-leg money line parlay. Be careful. There is revenge factor here. Jackson Arnold, we were speaking about earlier, quarterback of Auburn. He was previously the quarterback in Oklahoma last year. But let me tell you, this Oklahoma team is for real. John Mateer, like these guys are for real. This is a very good football team. Now, not that Auburn isn't. Hugh Freeze can coach ball. Tizzle said, I think both teams limit possessions, Oklahoma and Auburn. I agree. And the books agree with you. Look at that total, 48.5. That's an NFL total. And I mean that as NFL low, right? NFL totals, you don't see a ton of 50s. You know what I mean? College, you see them all the time. I agree with you. This could be low scoring first quarter, first half. It could be low scoring the whole game. It could also be an explosion on both sides. That's what scares me. But Tizzle, I agree with you. I think you're right. Big Kev said, look at you, AB, the hardest working man in show business. You're on live all the time. I appreciate that, big dog. Hey, you and the crew, y'all are here with me. You know what I mean? We're all putting in the hours together. Jay Stark, Auburn DBs need to be better. Otherwise, Mateer will pick them apart. I agree with this, right? And let me say, I would say the same thing if this were Tennessee going up against Oklahoma. And I'm saying that as a comparison, not only of Tennessee and Auburn, I think they're pretty equal teams. But Tennessee's going to play Oklahoma later in the year, right? And we saw Tennessee, Oklahoma last year together, etc. What I'm saying is this Oklahoma team is for real. And Mateer is, dude, that dude's a dog, man. He is a stud. And not that Jackson Arnold isn't. I like where Auburn's headed, but I agree with this. I think that Oklahoma, and especially at home, if this were on the road, watch out, because Jordan Hare is, dude, things can get magical and wild on the plains, right? But, yeah, I mean, and we're not playing Oklahoma the spread either. You notice that. It's only money line. But Oklahoma's for real. And I'll say this could be a game where Oklahoma pulls away in the end. Did anybody watch the Titans-Rams game Sunday by random chance or just track the score? Did you notice how it was like Rams-Titans? It was like 13-13, like heading into the fourth. And then you looked up like 4 minutes later, and it was 33-19 Rams, right? I could see that being this style. I'm not saying it happens. I'm just saying I could just see Auburn running out of gas at the end. And I don't say that disrespectful of Auburn. It's respect to Oklahoma. I think this team is absolutely free, but it's going to be a hell of a game. It's only 6.5 point spread. But yeah, we're on Oklahoma on the money line. All right, Tulane and Ole Miss. All right, now, interesting fact. Did you know Tulane has won an SEC championship in football? They have. That was a long time ago. The John Bowman game right here, Tulane. Look, Tulane's a good football team too. 3-0. In Oxford, Mississippi. Jay Stark said, no, AB, don't say that. Ole Miss, 11.5 point favorite. 61.5. Let me say, we have played Ole Miss games twice this year already. They are not a team that covers. And you throw in the quarterback situation, all that. There's no way I'm playing a spread. And these two schools aren't far from each other either. Okay. I know it doesn't seem like it's not like a rivalry, but they know each other. You know what I mean? Ole Miss, we've got them in a money line parlay. Again, I would be unbelievably careful playing them spreads anywhere until they start proving it, because they haven't proved it yet. Now, again, spreads are tough, right? but there will be a lot of points in this game. There will be a lot of points. You see it. Ole Miss 11.5 point favorite, total of 61.5. It's a big total. Yeah, we're gonna play Ole Miss on a money line parlay, but that's it. That's as far as we're going. All right, a big one here, man. Freddie Bear said, "AB, I appreciate everything you do for us. Kudos to DTL show. Hey, appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate everybody, man. Y'all the best. Michigan, Nebraska. Michigan 21st in the country. They just played Oklahoma and lost. That was a good game. Oklahoma's good, man. Nebraska 3-0. So Michigan 2.5 point favorite on the road. Notice that first. And a total of 45.5. You want to talk about an NFL total? That's an NFL total. And I say that as it being low, right? But we know how Michigan gets down. But I think Michigan bounces back in this game. Nothing against Nebraska because I respect them. And I love that coaching staff, Matt Rule and them. But I don't know where I'm at with Dylan Raiola yet. Tizzle. Mahomes Jr. Yeah. Hasn't proved. Agreed. Agreed. Now, Whale says Undercity. Agreed. Like there are multiple ways to skin this cat. Like we've got Michigan in a money line parlay. You can go that route. I don't hate Michigan minus 2.5. I think that this coaching staff is very serious in their approach. Not that Nebraska isn't. Or other schools, right? But you're getting a discount because Michigan's on the road. Michigan is a big game. CBS game. Yeah. I like the under. I like Michigan minus 2.5. I love Michigan on the money line in a parlay. That's how I'm getting down. All right. Purdue and Notre Dame. Notre Dame 0-2. 0-2. All right. Most, what's up, bro?
Hey, sorry I'm so late. I'm just going to stay out of your way until you get back to baseball, all right?
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Just hit your picks real quick and then bounce right out. That sound good?
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry about that.
You're no, buddy. I appreciate you. You're okay. Go ahead, let it rip. What you got, man?
All right, real quick. We're going with the Pirates first inning money line. We got Paul Scenes on the mound. Even though we got a front runner for Rookie of the Year, we have a current Cy Young leader who has yet to give up a run on the road. Has yet to give up a run at home. Sorry, that took me 2 times.
You're
Cade Horton again.
Big dog. Take a breath.
Woo! It was a day. It's been a day.
I know it has. You're good. Hey, you take all the time in the world, brother. Go ahead.
Thanks, AB. I appreciate you resetting me. Cade Horton is on the mound for the Cubs, and he is probably going to hit Rookie of the Year, but he is no match for a Cy Young leader and winner in Paul Skeens. I do not think that the Cubs are going to be able to score on him, which basically means that this is a free square, even at terrible juice at minus 145. Next up, give me the Yankees to bounce back here. We got Zebby Matthews on the mound, who has pretty good stuff, but his strikeout rate has been under 20% in the last month, which is really the Yankees' kryptonite. And with a high barrel rate and a high hard hit rate, I do think that the Yankees get to him. Yankees, again, they don't go 0 for 0, like with a few hits, 2 games in a row very often. And we get to back Schlittler, who is looking like the Yankees' new ace. He has incredible metrics. He has a 2.05 ERA in the last month. I think the Yankees get it done by multiple runs. Bounce back day coming. And last but not least, we got the Brewers. I think this is the best game on the slate. You got Freddie Peralta at home. He has a 1.72 ERA at home. He has a top-ranked bullpen behind him. Caden Dana is coming off a 9 strikeout performance, but that is extremely fluky. He also gave up 5 runs. So if you're looking for volatility there, I think the Brewers can take advantage. Brewers also ranked 4th in not striking out. So good luck, Dana. I think that the Brewers get it done and get it done in a big way. Going 3-0 today. Let's get it done.
I'm proud of you. Great job. All right. Home runs. You going on the board or off the board?
Give me Nick Kurtz. Got a feeling. I've got a
big
feeling.
Number. Look at that number, 540. Like, that's a massive number.
Yeah. I haven't even really looked at the home run odds or my algorithm. I'm just going to go with Nick Kurtz because he is the man. This is a number that should not be attached to the man who has a bat the way he does. I'm going to assume that they have a great hitting condition no matter where they are, right? They're playing at home.
Yeah. Dude,
what
that,
else?
And that's half a stack right there.
Yeah, like what else can you ask for?
I know. All right, big dog. Anything else for you, Jump?
Nope. Let's have a great day. I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the show.
There we go. Good to see you, man. All right. See you, bro. All right. So great job, Bosch. Proud of my boy. All right. Let's see. All right. Purdue, Notre Dame. Notre Dame. 0-2. Still ranked 24th in the country. Minus 26.5, a total of 55.5. Now, obviously, they clearly have, well, I don't want to say a problem scoring. They don't have a problem scoring. Might have a problem stopping people towards the end. Notre Dame, a 26.5 point favorite, a total of 55.5. Do we have any Purdue experts in the chat? I've seen a little bit. But again, and anybody new, when I say that, like, I'm saying it to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want you to think that I'm sitting up here BSing. Like, I could break down Tennessee in full. I couldn't break down Purdue in full. And I've seen them, but if we have anybody, you know, big in here, and I say that as Purdue didn't seem that bad to me of a squad. And I mean, I respect everything about Notre Dame, but I don't have any reason to trust them yet. Maximilian Moon reposted this stream. Thank you. That's big. Thank you, man. Big respect. Thank you. Kevin said, I can't even spell Purdue. Hey, you can spell chicken, though. Get your little Purdue chicken. Yeah. Again, if anybody has any deeper, you know, breakdowns of Purdue, Notre Dame, let me know. But I mean, we think that Notre Dame's going to explode on somebody at some point. Keyword think. And I'm not betting money on that until they do it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I might play Purdue plus 26.5. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going that far. Let me know what you do with this game. Because Notre Dame is a good football team. I mean, they played Miami and Texas A&M. Like, not easy. You know what I mean? So is this a frustration out type of game? But again, Purdue didn't seem that bad to me. I don't know. Temple and Georgia Tech. Temple just played Oklahoma. I don't know why Oklahoma played at Temple. What was that? But Temple's 2-1. Georgia Tech just came off a big win over Clemson. Georgia Tech, a total of 23.5, a total of 53.5. Look, I don't know how much motivation Georgia Tech's going to have in this game. Like, I'm not saying don't play them on the spread because you would get it under 24, but understand what that 24 represents. 3 touchdowns and a field goal and all 3 extra points. Right? So you need 3 touchdowns, 3 good extra points, and a field goal. I'll tell you what. You want an under game? This could be it. Because I don't know how many points Temple's going to score on the road in Atlanta. And it's going to be hot. Not that, Philly ain't dealt with hot before, but I also don't like. I don't know how much offensive motivation Georgia Tech's going to have either, but they're going to have it defensively, right? Like you can't half-ass defense, and they don't half-ass anything there with that coaching staff. I'll tell you that I'm not playing it, but I might. I want to see where this total goes or if it even moves. But you want to talk about a game that Georgia Tech just wants to get in, get out, win, and nobody gets hurt. That's this game. And if Georgia Tech gets up big, you could get Haynes King out of there for a little bit. You know what I mean? Quarterback for Georgia Tech. So I think that we've got a very nice under candidate. And, I know that, there are betting rules, right? Like we don't tease college games. That total was something might not be a bad play. Like moving that number up and then playing the under, right? I don't know, something to think about, but I don't think you're going to have much you're not going to have much motivation for Georgia. Like Georgia Tech's not coming and saying we're putting 70 up on 10. Like no, let's just get the win and everyone be healthy and get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? That's what it's on the CW network. All right, so you can catch Ricky Lake on the pregame. I'm just kidding. I'm not bashing the CW network. I'm just messing around, but there's just not going to be a lot of motivation. All right. South Carolina and Missouri. So we have Missouri on the money line. Missouri, an 11.5-point favorite. That should tell you about Denoris Sellers there. 47.5. You heard me after both the spread and the total question. We're playing Missouri on the money line, and we're eating a lot of points to do it. Now, here's the thing. I think South Carolina is a bit. Well, they're not ranked. Like Denoris Sellers was such a large part of that team. I like their coaching staff. I like South Carolina a lot. The problem is that the same thing like that we talked about with Tennessee last week, that it's going to be a good game, but there are matchups that are going to significantly favor one side, that being Georgia. I think that this game has elements of that too. Missouri can score, and their coach has enough red ass to do it. Now, I'm not picking on South Carolina. I think that this is just a brutal spot for them. On the road, Columbia to Columbia. I don't like. I like South Carolina. I don't like them this week. I don't know where the team mindset's going to be. I just don't know. But I'm not playing 11.5-point spread. That's too big and too weird of a number. Right? I don't want any chunk of that. Somebody else can go after it. I'll stick to a money line parlay, but I like Missouri here. Now, the question is going to be how many points South Carolina is going to put up, right? You see a total of 47.5. It's a pretty low total. So keep an eye on that. Yeah, Jake Seats, their quarterback, he got hurt. South Carolina is good. That guy's an absolute monster. Denoris Sellers is a stud, right? Florida, Miami. So we have Miami and Missouri, actually, in a money line parlay here. Or no. I'll get back to it. But we've got both these teams. Florida What do y'all think of Florida? What are your thoughts? I'll give you mine, and then you tell me where you're at. Florida's a good football team, but they're flawed. And I worry about that locker room and where their heads are at. Because here's the problem. Locker rooms, like a marriage, a relationship, a work, like things aren't good when it's a constant up and down of emotions. It wears you down, both physically and emotionally. And if their leader in Lagway, their quarterback, if he's having a tough game, because I think the kid can be a stud. They haven't put it all together. But I just don't know where, like, and Florida's schedule, are you seeing this? Right? Like, they played good against LSU, man. On the road in, I've been a lot of places. I'm not going to say one place is the most hostile environment, but LSU at night ain't easy. And they played pretty well, but it was Lagway turning the ball over, right? So we've got Miami in a money line parlay. Let me just say that total of 51.5, that could get blasted over. There's so many different, like, normally we say that in games or in bets, prop bets, anything, that there are so many more paths to an under than an over. And I agree with that and stand by that statement a million times over. Right. And let me say, you guys know me. I am notorious for playing overs. Hell, we have a damn show called The Overs, right? But it's the opposite in this game. I think that there are a lot more paths to the over than the under. Do not forget the hatred that is in this game. We talked about Oregon State. Buddy. There will be celebrities at this game. The sidelines will be filled with Hall of Famers that still hate the other side. Like, this game is going to be awesome. And shout out to, like, the Florida, Miami, Florida State, Miami. In the 90s, did it feel like every game that these three played against each other, the Bermuda Triangle, right? It was always in just a gale storm, and it was awesome, right? Oh, my goodness, man. Miami's good. Miami's really good. And Florida's teetering, man. It's back and forth, left and right. Like, it's not good. And Miami can deliver a knockout punch. Be careful, man. We got Miami, moneyline parlay. Tony, it's like a war. It is. It is. Those three teams, dude. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Billy Napier's last game, man, you might not be wrong. It is wild. And trust me, this is a big recruiting game too. They're going to be recruits because they all these teams recruit the same dudes. Illinois and Indiana. All right. What do we do here? People keep doubting Illinois. We took Illinois last week against Duke. I don't believe in Duke at all. And Illinois beat the dog out of Duke. But Indiana, them boys ain't playing around. 3-0, 19th in the country. You see what they did to Indiana State? They could have scored 100. I am not kidding. What do you do? Are we going Indiana with points? Or do we keep they keep giving us points with Illinois, and them boys keep showing up. What do you do here? Total of 52.5. Well, Illinois offensive line is stout. Hell yeah, it is. It's a physical football team. And Indiana is too. Like, I know they put up a lot of points, but them boys, them boys can play. But you ain't lying on this. And it's on the road, but offensive line travels. I guess this is a learn more game, but it's going to be a hell of a game. These times, by the way, apologies. They're Central. I'm here in Nashville, so yeah, these are Central. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC, 6:30 p.m. Central is the kickoff there. I don't know what to do yet. I mean, we have time. We're live right now. This is Tuesday, so obviously we've got time until Saturday. So I don't know what to do yet, but think the under, if anything. I could see it. And, okay, let's think mindsets here. So if you're Illinois and you've got a stout offensive line and you're on the road, well, easily. If you're whiteboarding as a coach, what are you writing down? All right, we need to win time of possession and we need to win turnovers, right? And play good defense. I mean, your basics of, football, right? So I could see Illinois wanting to run the football a lot. And, think about this too. Indiana, we just talked about it. They can score a whole hell of a lot of points. Not that Illinois can't. They can too. But if you're Illinois and you're saying, okay, Indiana, like, we could go up against their defense. It's the points that you don't want to get in a shootout with Indiana, right? Again, not that Illinois is afraid of that. I'm just saying you try to avoid what they do best. And the best defense against that is your offense and running the football and owning the clock and finishing long drives with touchdowns, right? That's what you want to do. You just play keep away. And then it's one thing if you're doing that and owning the clock and punting and keeping them pinned. That's solid. If you're keeping them pinned, but you're also finishing your drives and touchdowns, you're going to be almost unbeatable that day. Yeah, well, Illinois definitely going to try and control the clock. Absolutely. So when I say that leads me more towards an under than an over, right? It's why the Eagles are so dangerous for unders in the NFL, because they just take you out of the game. They'll just eat 6, 7, 8 minutes and finish it with a touchdown, which puts more pressure on you, right? I'm fascinated with this game. I cannot wait to watch. This is going to be a hell of a football game, man. And it's going to take both coaches too. If you're a fan of watching, strategy, like what I love about Driving the Line is that, yeah, we talk betting, and that's the key mechanic of the show. But we talk the game and, all that. Actually, way more than betting. And I think that if you're a fan of film, of strategy, this is your game, because there's 2-3 different styles that you're going to want, that each, it's just that this game could be fun. Like, there could be a lot of ways that this game goes. Kind of like how that Tennessee Georgia was, right? Like, it felt like 2 or 3 mini games inside one. When games like feel longer than others, this feels like that could be it. I'm excited to watch it. It's going to be a ton of fun. All right. Last 4 games here. Georgia State, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt 3-0. Doing it at home, doing it on the road. All of it. This game feels like an under. But let me say, Clark Lee, the head coach of Vanderbilt, I used to work with the general manager of Vanderbilt football, Barton Simmons at 24/7 Sports. Number one, I love Barton Simmons. Number two, these folks know what they're doing. They're very intelligent and very close-knit. This is a very good coaching staff. This could be an under game. I don't know what you're going to expect out of Georgia State. Vanderbilt, they do it on the ground. There could be a lot of clock moving in this one. A lot of clock. Under 53.5. Again, we've got time before Saturday, but that one is circled, right? Like we might be coming back to that. Southeast Louisiana against LSU. There's no spread. No use even talking about that one. You know what's going to happen there. That's like throwing a mouse in the tiger cage, man. Sam Houston and Texas. Do we have a problem? Texas. Arch Manning got booed. He heard that. The world heard that. Arch is going to get better. Now, he's got some issues, and him throwing is an issue at times. Arch Manning, quite frankly, if you're watching these Texas games, he's doing it on the ground. Now, he's a way better runner than he gets credit for. He could move. He looks like Archie Manning. He's definitely not Peyton or Eli. But there's an issue throwing the football, and it's him. You look around, he has an NFL offensive line, an NFL wide receiver. Like, Texas has it all, buddy. But 40.5, no. I'm not riding it. And we talk about this. Remember, this is an in-state game. It ain't going to mean a damn thing to Texas. And Sam Houston, clearly, is not good. But this is a Super Bowl for them. I don't have a play in the game, but with Texas, man, like, it's not easy. Now, this is a get-right game, and trust me, they could use it. So there is a chance that Texas goes Oregon in this one. Just so everybody shuts up. You know what I'm saying? That's going to happen at some point. You're going to see Texas go from winning, because Texas is basically winning games 30-10. That's what a Texas game looks like. But it's gonna unders with Texas games are gonna make people a lot of money. But there's gonna be a week or two where it cashes the other way, and this could be that. You want me to give you a perfect example? And we wrote it together. Alabama. Last 2 weeks. Right? Like, that's the great equalizer. That is the great shut everyone the hell up. You just go out and score a bajillion points. That's why I say Mike Norvell at Florida State, buddy, if I were him, I don't care. I'm scoring at every point that I can. Because that is a much more relaxing week. And Texas needs that. And this could be the spot to do it. I'm not saying be careful. We'll talk more about it, but it's going to happen. Clemson is They're in that category, but I don't know. We can't trust them. But Texas is going to do it because no one in the entire state of Texas needs it more than Arch Manning. So when it clicks, it's going to click about 9 times in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? So be careful of that. All right, Michigan State, USC. Michigan State 3-0, boy, on the road in Los Angeles there. Against 25th ranked USC, 3-0, 1-0 in the Big Ten. So Tizzle, jump the gun here. Give me USC minus 9.5 in the first half. Michigan State traveling west, late body clock game. USC has a great offense and they score fast. I absolutely love it. Count me in. I'm in. USC first half minus 9.5. Add that to the list. I love it. And take a look at this spread. So USC, 17.5 point favorite. Key number 17, it's on the other side. Make note of that. That hook. All right, 7.5, 10.5, 14.5, 17.5, 20.5. That hook has cost people, right? So 16.5 would be a much more ideal number, but 9.5 under that 10 in the first half. Yes. Tizzle, I like the way you think. Absolutely. Well done, bro. I'm all in on that. Jared said, SC covers. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, SC is awesome. The SC football program, like the legacy, the history of all of it, dude, so great. I love it, man. All right, that's it. Let me put the picks up here one more time. Sorry. Okay. Now, again, we are filming this Tuesday, so if you're watching this later in the week, this is what we're starting with. But make sure just join us here at DTL every show. And you won't miss a pick. All right, we're going to go Tennessee, team total over 54.5. Yes, 54.5. Minus 115. Louisiana, minus 2.5 against Eastern Michigan. TCU money line and Oklahoma money line parlayed at plus 100. Michigan money line, Missouri money line parlayed at plus 115. Miami money line, Indiana money line plus 100. And Ole Miss money line, UNLV money line at plus 115. And then we're adding in USC first half minus 9.5. There we go. All right. Everybody will be live tonight, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Crew exclusive. But until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you in just a couple hours. Have a good one. Peace. Who's got it better than us?